Hello everyone, I'm here again and I would like to tell you a very, uh, it's not very long, but yeah, a story, a story about a girl uh, who is in her teenage years. Now, this is a real life story. So, the reason why I'm sharing this story is I want you to tell me uh, what do you learn from this? Is there any learning in this? And if it is, what? So, please do comment. Please do encourage me because I need encouragement. And please do, if you have any viewpoints regarding this, or if you want to share, even if you want to have a debate, I'm completely, you're most welcome. I'm fine. I'm very happy about it because everyone has different viewpoints. So, yeah, now let me come back to the story. So, the story has started 20 to 25 years back, and it's about a girl who is in her college. And as she is doing her degree, I guess it was BA, she did her degree, and when she was in her college, she fell in love with her senior. And when she fell in love with a senior, after graduating, she said to her parents that she's in love and she wants to get married to her senior, obviously when he's graduated. So the girl's family is very well off. The girl's family is very rich, and she's the only daughter with a son. She has a brother also. So they discussed, initially they are not fine because they dreamt of having, obviously when a girl is getting married, you always focus on the someone who is better than them. Like if a middle class getting married, they want upper middle class. In the similar manner, if a very rich family, they want more rich family, for because ultimately the daughter should be happy and she must have the comfort of life. So there was a lot of fights, and but initially, though they didn't accept, later she fought for it and she said she'll be happy with him. Ultimately she wants to stay her entire life with him, and etc., and they got married. Okay, now in marriage, gold was given of 1 kg. Now this is of 20 years back. Gold was approximately 1 kg gold was given. The the girl had said me this story. So 1 kg of gold, and few lakhs of dowry. And apart from all this, all the things, from sofa to dining table, dressing table, all those things, whatever has to be given to the home, washing machine, refrigerator, etc., apart from dowry, this was given. And a lavish wedding. So much of amount is spent on her wedding. Now, as she gets married, initial couple of days are too good, just like a dreamy, what do you say, Bollywood movie, happily ever after. But once the girl gets pregnant, things tend to change a little bit. Now she has got married to someone who is in his early 20s, who just graduated a year before she graduated. And he is stuck with a BPO job of night shift, and he's earning barely 10,000 because it's almost 20 years back. So he's earning barely 20,000. He's not there at night because he's doing night shift. He doesn't has good qualification. He just has a degree, so he's getting a job just like any other fresher. And this girl's lifestyle is completely different. Her parents have given her a lavish life, a lavish, what do you say? There were servants at her home 24 by 7. And here there is nothing like that. It's a middle class family. And then, as after some months of marriage, she realizes that there is nothing in the name of the boy. I'm not telling that we should be opportunistic, but at times it's better to be practical and think from a practical aspect. He is not the only son, let it be. He has some 3 to 4 sisters, 2 to 3 brothers, whom he has to take care. Sisters are already married, fine, they are in their home. He has to take care of his parents because other brothers won't take care. He should take care of his brothers, their marriage, their children, his brother's marriage and children. The mother and father are dependent on him. The house doesn't belongs to him. Though it is our own house, it belongs to the parents. And all this is happening, and the amount of 10,000 that he's earning is, cannot forget about savings. He's unable to take care of his pregnant wife. Now, here is the practicality that comes into picture. The jewelry that she had, her mother-in-law took it and never returned it. The things that they had given for marriage, they were also taken by mother-in-law. She used it. Initially, the bride did use, but later it was taken by the mother-in-law. I forgot to mention the garments. 20 years back, pure silk saris were given from the parents to the daughter, and also heavy dresses and all blacks together, that was stolen by her in-laws. So she has lost everything, and she's helpless. She is not knowing what to do. She wants to get rid of this situation because she feels there is no hope in staying in a marriage where there is no financial stability. Nothing belongs to him. He cannot move out, because if he moves out, the owners are the parents of the home. They will say that if you move out, we will never give you any share in this property. Forget about the financial aspect. He has to be there for his parents. He cannot leave his parents. They're completely dependent on him. And the father-in-law has taken loan of 20 lakhs already on that home. And the youngest son divorced, got what do you say? There was so much of trouble created by his wife, that they were dragged to the court every now and then. All these expenditures were taken by the girl's husband. So there was so much of chaos. Now, what do you understand by this? What are the morals that you understand by this? The first that I noticed, that I realized is, I was scared of love marriages. I was scared of the fact that love marriages can be so very detrimental for our life. Because whenever you hear there is he loves so and so, 99% of the cases are that they fell in love with the face of the person. Now, the girl fell in love with the boy, obviously, when she saw him, because he was very good looking. I agree with that. He was very good looking. But do you really think in the starting 5 to 6 minutes she must have had seen what type of person he is, how he manages his emotions, how will he be 24/7? You're going to stay with that person 24/7. It's not 5 minutes or 10 minutes. 24/7 you're going to stay. So their family dynamics, the power dynamics in their family, all these, created such a big, what do you say, a volcano in her heart. There was so much of confusion in her heart, because the one whom she had loved is the same person, but it's very difficult to survive with someone who cannot, who cannot give you basic things. It's very difficult, and he's struggling. It's not that he's wrong or he has done anything wrong. Nothing is wrong. The circumstances are such that you cannot survive with a person, and then the financial reality hits you like a nail hitting on your head. So what was the moral? She fell in love with the face, forgetting all the financial aspects. Then later the finance hits hard. There was power dynamics of the father, wherein he was helpless. He had nothing of his own. Every time the girl's parents had to come interfere and give money. Till when can anyone give money? Till when? There was a time where the mother fell ill of the girl and she passed away, worrying about her daughter. And it created so much of regret in her life that is was this because of me? And every time she had a fight with her in-laws, and yes, her in-laws were like typical Indian in-laws. They had problem with everything of hers. So she always had a fight, and whenever she had a fight, she would give a call to her mother. Whenever she had a fight, her mother was, what do you say? She could not control her anger, and she would rush to her home to fight. And this happened many times. But ultimately, the girl had to bear the brunt. The She had to send her mother away, stating that if you do this again, they will make my life hell here. So, in spite of giving so much of dowry, in spite of all these things, whatever materialistic things they were given, she wasn't happy with him. She wanted a separate home for them, wherein he would take good care of her, not focusing more on the brothers, their family, their disputes, the brother and sister-in-law's disputes, the what do you say, the sisters who came often. They didn't want to take care of the ailing parents. It was only him. He had to take care. So, where what is the moral that we hear? What can we infer from this? That all when you fall in love, never fall in love with a person who is just 1 or 2 years elder to you, especially when you're studying, because the word settle for a person is completely different when it comes to settle for a girl. Settle for a girl means when are you getting married? Marriage is equal to settlement for a girl. For a boy, the word settlement itself means financially stable. The financial stability means settlement for a means settling for a boy. So if he has earned sufficient that even if he sits at home for 6 months without any job, he is financially stable enough for the basic requirements, for the basic expenses, only then you can say that the boy is financially stable. When a girl falls in love with this classmate or anyone who is 1 or 2 years elder, especially when she is studying, he will take his own sweet time of 5 to 7 years just to settle. Because for a boy, it's completely different. For a girl, the age factor comes into mind. She is already 21, from 21 to 25, 20, now it's more, but before it was like 20 to 23 was the expiry date. I used to always tell 23 was the expiry date back then for a woman to get married. I'm not telling dying date. I'm telling marriage suitable age was every khandan has a different age pattern. Now it has evolved, I'm glad. But before it was maximum 23, 24. Now it has evolved. It is like 27, 28. Fine. So for a man, it is 27, 28, 29. Now it might be more. But for girl, it was 23, 24. Within that within that period, she needs to get married. Otherwise, she'll not get a good proposal. Whereas for a boy, he has to settle. He has to earn sufficient money because he is getting the responsibility of another individual on his shoulders. In spite of having the responsibility of parents, he is getting another responsibility of his wife and future children. The responsibility of children. So, in order to get all this, he needs to have sufficient funds. Whereas she has gone and married someone who is just a year elder to her. He has no emotional maturity, physically, financially, he is nil. He's dependent on his, like he's earning, but not meager amount. He's just getting a meager amount of 8 to 10,000. In that, he has to suffice everyone. He has to make sure that he's catering to everyone. And this created a big headache and n number of fights. So ultimately, what I would like to say is, have your practical mind also when you're the biggest decision of your life is of your life partner. So always remember to think in the practical aspect also, and try to know what is there, instead of just focusing on one aspect. Ki I love him, I'll stay with him, our love is more than enough for us to take care of each other. No, when reality hits you, it's finance that matters. Paisa, everything comes back to money. monetary things. Whatever you want, you'll get it through money. I'm not telling that love is not good and all, but what I personally feel is when when your respect is decided by your bank balance. That's it. So people will respect you by your by looking at your bank balance. Even if they don't know, they know. If you are poor, no one respects you. That is the fact of life. That is the harsh truth. So ultimately what I would like to say is fall in love, but at the same time keep your brain also with you, wherein you're knowing what is the power dynamics, what is the financial background, and what does actually belong to that person. Because you're not only marrying that person, you're marrying the entire family, you're marrying the entire power dynamics, wherein you have to adapt. It's the girl who will have to adjust. They will not adjust to you, you will have to adjust. I'm telling you the blunt truth of life. So they will have to adjust according to sorry, you will have to adjust according to them. So you will have to know what are the power dynamics, how are there any assets. Because as days are passing by, girls are becoming more and more what do you say, mature in these things, and they are they have become open minded. But it will be wrong if I say that there are people who are not happy. There are many people who are happy. I'm not telling that there aren't, but these miniature things of finance, knowing them prior, especially in love marriage, is very easy to know, in fact. But when you're blindly in love, I don't think so you can ever ascertain. But whomever you fall in love, make sure that at least you're doing a background check about their lifestyle, about who they are, rather than making an instant decision that प्यार से हम जी लेंगे, प्यार हमें जीना सिखा देगा. That is all film dialogue. So yeah, that's what I wanted to tell. So another monetary thing story I have to share, I'll share with you, that I faced in my life. So yeah, this story was an eye opener for me, and thank goodness I was like allergic to love. I was like, I don't want to fall in love. I'm not telling love is bad, but falling in love and ignoring all other factors that matter in the end, that is wrong. And I didn't want to fall in those things. I just wanted to focus on my studies. So that was an eye opener for me, and I realized that a love can be, very hard at times. So yeah, now they are happily married, but they were, even now she's struggling. Even after so many years of marriage, she is still struggling. She's still having a tough time with her in-laws. All this was done just to be with the person whom she loves, is to uh, die slowly uh, for 25 years, just to stay with the person whom you love. So yeah, that was a big eye opener for me. So I realized that you should never fall in love because if you fall in love, you're trying to compromise on so many aspects of life. So I I I just felt that I tell you the story. The many other aspects I might be wrong. Please do debate or try to put forth your view. I'm not telling that you will have to be opportunistic to always focus on the assets for the girls, but please see whether he's capable enough to take care of you, even if he loses his job. Because if you forget about everything and suddenly go to a place where it's contrary to where you were staying, or your lifestyle, it's very difficult to adjust, it's very difficult to manage. Love cannot save you there. It's only finance that can save you. And even coming to the man's perspective, please make sure that you're seeing what type of girl whom you are with. Is she ready to adjust for you? Is she stubborn? I'm not telling that you are not a good girl if you don't adjust. No, the thing is, you need to know what kind of person you can tolerate. If you are angry, what kind of person can you tolerate? If you cannot tolerate, then it's very tough, because you're going to stay with a person for the entire life. For the next 50 years or 70 years, you're going to stay with the same person. So more than the happy moments, you need to know that during tough times, can he manage his emotions? Can he handle you, or you can handle him? So you need to ask yourself the same questions. Only then you'll have to come to conclusions. It cannot, my face might change after a couple of, like, them, it might become saggy after a couple of years, after 45 years or after 50 years. So then it'll be tough to handle because I fell in love with the face of the person. So always try to ascertain what is the quality of the person, and especially during tough times, will he be able to manage his emotions? Because I had heard the other day, the same girl who got married, the story whom I shared you with, she said that he became infidel. Infidelity was his, like, he had become disloyal towards her for a couple of months. I It gave me sudden shock because I could just replay all those days of where she struggled, she fought with her family just to get married to him. And after a grand wedding and after all these things, he still managed to become disloyal. So it's a question mark at times. Uh, when you get married to a person, always remember that in future that person might also change. He'll not be the same. I am not the way I was 10 years back. My viewpoints, my maturity, it has increased. The silly me who was in teenage years is not the same. Even you will not be the same. So a person will eventually evolve and change over the course of period of time. So it's a very tough decision to make, but at the same time, if you use your brains, it'll be very easy also for you to decide. So all the best for the people who are getting married or are in relationship. But very important factor that I wanted to put forth is always know the power dynamics. And the very important another thing which I really don't like in Indian system is getting married and putting them in a house filled with in-laws, wherein the girl doesn't knows who, like, she's still in the process of trying to, even if it's love marriage, you haven't stayed with them for years together, right? You're married and you're trying to know your partner, you're trying to understand the partner. In that, there is so many obstacles created by the in-laws that both of them will forget about gelling together. There are so much fights, and this is not right. What I personally feel is once they are married for 1 year, just send them to a different home, a rented home at least, and let them try to understand each other and develop respect and love for each other. Then, and I feel unnecessary interference must be stopped by in-laws. If they are interfering more and more, there's so much of poison in the relationship of sorry of the couple. So unnecessary interference also has to be stopped. That's what I feel. I might be wrong, but if you are interfering, you're disturbing them. Their life is becoming very difficult. In order to make the parents happy, the girl is becoming irritated because he's not giving her enough time, or the troubles are created by the mother-in-law. There's so much of going on, so many things going on. But instead of all this, for 1 year, just immediately after marriage, put them in different home. You understand yourself, and don't always giving calls and asking, did she cook, doesn't do this, doesn't do that. No, that is not right. Let them evolve, let them understand each other first. Only then, yeah, they're your children, you can give a call to them anytime. But always trying to interfere, the mother of the girl telling keep him under your grip, the mother of the boy telling keep her under your grip, where is love? So very important is that's what I have realized. For my son, I will want to be the same. I don't want to be that mother-in-law whom she curses or prays to God, like, when will she die? I don't want to be that mother-in-law. I just want my children to be happy. The thing is, there's so much of emotional attachment with the mother and the child. I would like to throw a light on this also in future videos. This is called empty nest syndrome. I would like to throw light on that also, that so much of emotional attachment on parents, especially old generations, where they didn't have that emotional stability or the emotional bonding with their partners, that the mothers used to invest on the children so much, and when children would not reciprocate, they would feel low, they would feel more depressed. So emotionally investing on someone else is also a big headache nowadays. You should never do that. Don't invest yourself completely onto the other person, whether it's a partner, son, daughter, any relationship. Don't, because a person can change at any moment. you can change, I can change, anyone can change. It's our viewpoint. So I would like to just end this long video on a short note. Sorry, it has been a lengthy video. So yeah, there are many things in life that comes with a price. Even loving someone also comes with a price. So be very careful before investing in this. So subject matters are of risk, what they disclaimer they say. So this is about your life, so be very careful. Don't get scammed, or don't get the wrong person in your life. It will cost you much more than what you had thought. So till then, many more videos to come. You just take very good care of your health. Bye.